Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, depending upon where and when you're watching this. Hey Twitch, hey YouTube, hey you kind person watching this. How are ya? I hope you're well. Cool. So hey everybody, I'm Joshua, and this is a little series I'm calling Lunch Break Roguelike, where I work on a small roguelike project during my lunch break, during my lunch hour. It is an open source project, so if you want to look at the code and see what's going on with it, you can always go to Joshua Skelly or github.com/joshua-skelly/lunch-break-rl. It's something I'm developing on stream. It's pretty small in scope, but it's been a fun little project. Not a lot of documentation right now, but it is a little roguelike written in Python using the TDL framework, which is a Pythonic version of the libtcod framework. Disclaimer, this isn't a tutorial per se. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two. Sometimes I will implement stuff the fastest way because I have such limited time on this. But yeah, if you want to, you can always follow along at home. I'm tagging every single episode, I guess. So if you do a git checkout and then you can look at the tag. So this tag will be episode 5. So if you do a git checkout EP 5, that will take the code right to where we are today. Also, folks seemed really interested on Friday about that Twitch stuff that I had integrated with the project, at least in the prototype form. So I've spun off a little side project called Twitch Observer. It's a Python library for turning Twitch chat into Python events. And Felix, or Python user there in chat, is helping me work on this, which is pretty cool. Right now, it's still pretty small, but it's at least I've tried to provide some good documentation for it. Felix is helping me with some setup and some other work. He's also looking at some cool threading stuff. So I will probably maybe today we could straight up just integrate this into our project. Yeah, so maybe for today's goals, let's integrate this Twitch stuff and let's work on the UI stuff, because basically I want to get it to where if you haven't seen it, I'll pull it up real quick. Repositories, lbrl, and Python. This is going to fail because I need to update my OAuth key. Give me a second to do that. Off screen. Yeah, I mean, I really don't want to hand out my OAuth key to my chat bot. Not that I think people do heinous things with it, but you never know. So give me a second. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. Let me mute this too. Twitch tends to be a noisy website. Okay, there's that. Let me get a new OAuth key. And just in the off chance too, I will revoke this one just in case after the stream too. So don't get any funny ideas. So save, that should be good. And now it should, let me give it a shot. Let's see if it actually runs. Yeah. So this is kind of what we're working towards. And people should be able to type in bang join, and that will put them into the game. And you should be able to move around and do all sorts of interesting stuff. Well, sort of. I mean, this is what I'm working towards. So right now, I want to make this window class that draws these little borders with a little title. So I want to have this main play area, and then I want to have a list of current players. Yeah, this looks like it's yeah, cool. Yep. So this is what we're working towards. So let's do the Twitch integration real quick, and then we can jump into updating our window code, and that should be all right. Yeah, and this has an older kind of broke version of the Twitch Observer where it wouldn't actually quit until you until it received something from chat, which is not good. But let's go to lunch break RL, get status. I should be up to date. Cool. Let's do a git log. You put it over here so you can actually see it. My big fat head being in the way. Yeah, so last thing we added, just do some documentation, added a drawing module, fixing play a constructor. And actually I also want to, let's open up, I've been using VS Code for this tutorial. What IDE you use is your choice. I'm just kind of stuck with it for this not tutorial, this little series. I want to fix this real quick because I want this actually to be a true slice 9 is what it really needs to be. So let's just make a constant up here called default 9 slice equals, and then it should be this utils dot. Let's cut that and then paste it here. And then here I can just say default 9 slice. And then what I want to do is have something that looks like this. There. Let's cut that. Let's paste it there. And then I want something like there and there. So this should be describing, if I copy this and paste it below, I'll show you what I'm trying to describe. Basically, something that looks like that. So that's what the slice 9 is going to look like, and it tells it what corners of what things draw where. I was using a simplified version, but I want to actually take into account if you want different corners or different sides. It will account for that. So I need to kind of fix this down here. So I probably need to split these out. So if call equals x, so yeah, so this needs to be its own lf call equals this. So I want to do something similar, but I need to draw the correct character. So if it equals x, so we're all the way to the left of it. So we need to draw 0, 1, 2, 3, number 3. If it's all the way to the right, so if the column is equal to the width plus x minus 1, we want to draw, so that's 3, 4, number 5, which is, I guess, somehow correct. And then we also want to split this out as well. L if, and let's copy that, paste. Okay, so this is y. So this is all the way at the top. We want to draw at the character at 1. And then this one should be, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Yeah, 7. And then otherwise we want to draw at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the fill. Cool. And then these corners. Yeah, I was just quickly looping through it like this. It might be easier just to break this out. Corner chords. Yeah. So basically, this is, I can just update this here, right? So this just needs to be border, and I just need to update I just need to update the chords is all I need to do, because this was assuming chords 1 through 4 were they were the old slice 9, but now I just need to say that it's 0 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 8. There we go. And that should work. Let's test it out real quick. Actually, we should just be able to run it, right? Because we do have a box in the scene. Yep, corner is not defined. Corners, it's in draw. Oh, did I mess that up? Weird. I must have deleted that. There we go. So it looks like it's it's goofing on the corner images for some odd reason, and I'm not quite sure why. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it needs to be border at. Actually, just make a list comprehension real quick. So we get passed in this border, right? So then this just needs to be border at I for I in. There we go. And that should fix that. Cool. But now this should allow us to do other fancy stuff, like I think here's where we're drawing this box. But we can do stuff like now we can do this should be just our string, and we can do again, we could have like we have the is it plus minus plus bar space bar plus minus plus, and that should be correct. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yep. Let's see how that renders out. Like we expect, but now we can do again more fancy stuff if we want to have, you know, different corners now, or different like we can make the let's say the bottom an equals, and then the right can be there's no double vertical bars that I know of. It's easy to get to, but yeah, for demo purposes. And it should, yeah, it renders, it takes into account this new slice line, which is, if you want to do fancy stuff, you can. So cool. Let's commit those changes, call them good. Yeah. All right. Get status, get diff. Cool. Yeah, we just push this into its own constant, because that way, if we do use it outside, it doesn't look so weird. Like we can in the scene, we can say comma border, and then it'll pull that in. Okay, or maybe not. We'll deal with that in the future, but you shouldn't. Yeah, you should be overriding that if you're using it at all. There we go. Quit. Get status. Get diff. That looks fine. Fine. Quit. Get dot. So that should be queued up and ready to go. So let's just commit this. Enhancing 9 slice draw box. Cool, that's done. So now let's go ahead and start trying to get our little UI framework going. Let me see. I want to make a directory called UI, and I want to make a Python file called window.py, and I also want to. Let's start there. That's enough. So over here now we have window.py, class window. As an object, definite, we need a constructor because we want this to self pass, because we need to pull in TDL, which is not turtle demo. And again, I'm just going to try to keep it similar. So self.data equals TDL.console. Dimensions. Yeah, so we need to figure out, we need to have our constructor needs to tell us how big this is. So x, y, width, height, and self.x equals x, self.y equals y, self.width equals width, self.height equals height. And then x, y, width, height. Similar. This is actually gonna be pretty darn similar to our level. Let's just let's split this, then over here and go back to window. Also, let's give it an optional title. We have a def. Let's add a draw. Because I think I have that for. Maybe I don't. I thought this had a draw. Yeah, it does. It takes a console. So here I need to have a def draw that takes self and console. And this should be, we think, yeah, just console dot blit self.data. And this actually probably should, I think this can take optionally take an x and a y. So let's, yeah, let's change this up a little bit. This is going to be 0. This is going to be 0, but it's going to put the x and the y on the actual object we're blitting to. Which let me pull up in the TDL docs. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Nope, that's the PyPy package. Nope, it's the top one. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is not quite fighting yet, but I want to. So Felix mentioned how in the Twitch version, players' actions play out just all at once. So what I want to work towards is having a definite time tick, and the players and the AI can queue up actions, and those actions happen over time. And this is kind of working towards maybe doing some like action lists or some goal-oriented action planning, maybe some very light versions of that for AI. Yeah, so blit, what does this method take? Source x, y, width, height, source x. Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Felix, for giving me the link there. Yeah, so I just want to do the x and y here, and this is just to draw it onto the console. Would action planning change the combat? No, that's just a general technique for implementing AI. You could give like so action lists or goal action oriented programming is way beyond like the hour I have here to talk about, but it's a way of building AI actions and goals and having the AI kind of figure out how to do what it needs to do. Okay, and then let me have a def update self. I don't think, do any of these have updates? Not many. Update, they don't. But for update, it needs to do up here I need to import utils or draw, right? Import draw, and I want it to draw.box, and it's going to be this data or self. Sorry, I keep switching over to this based languages. Drawbox, and our drawbox takes 0, 0, and self.width -1, and I think that's right. Let's try that. And self.height -1. And right now we can just leave the fancy stuff out of it. Let me just real quickly, after we init it, just call it self.update, just to make sure that we get that stuff set up first. Or actually, I mean, really cheaply now here, I could just call it update before I draw, but this needs to be fixed. Watch my language. I'm not sure what I said. Let me see. Entity scene. We need scene. We need to import a import window. UI is also going to need a underscore init.py underscore py. That should be fine. I think this one I just have a very vanilla one. Yeah, should be sufficient. Just to make it treat this as a package, so we can pull in stuff from it. So now I should be able to say from UI import window, cool, and init. I can say something like window equals. Oh, wait, no. W equals window.window, and I want it to live x and y. So the x needs to be something like, say 30. Y is 0. The width is a 10, and the height is 30. I think that's correct. And self.entities.append w. So that should add our window to the entities, and it should draw. Let's see. Python game.py. Oh, the wrong directory. Takes 3 positional arguments, but 5 were given. T tilde console. What did I goof? Makes me think I missed a parenthesis or something. Let me check. This is in window.py. TL console. Okay. Actually, folks, I can hear my son crying in the background. So I think I'm gonna have to cut the stream short, about 30 minutes. I apologize, but he right now he is covered in he's mostly covered in a rash, and he's in quite a bit of pain. So I need to go comfort him. Thank you for understanding. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow he will be back in daycare, so hopefully I'll get another hour-long stream. I'll try to tidy this up real quick, so hopefully you don't mind me working a little bit off stream, maybe. If not, I can just let me just commit this right where we're at, and I can go. Actually, I'll just commit off stream. I'll just pause it here, and we'll come back tomorrow. All right, folks. Sorry about that, but we knew it might be brief. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.